Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to do something a little bit different today. Just go over the market in review for the week and review the performance of our YieldMax funds and give some ideas on what we may or may not do. So to start off with, before I do a screen share, I would say one of the best things that I can think of for doing, and we've actually discussed this a lot in the Discord, is to take the dividends you get and dollar cost average down as the funds drop. That way, you can at least accelerate your dividend payouts so that you can then accelerate the payback time for your initial investment in the YieldMax funds. Because as we know, once you recoup your initial investment, you're playing with the house's money at that point. So with that being said, let me do a screen share. And let's see, we have William Swingle on, a late one. Yeah, I thought I'd do one. I didn't know how many people we would get on. We've only got 5 on. That's very low for a typical live stream. So anyway, had to kind of get the Discord in line today. So little did I know, I guess my job title is expanding here. Not only am I a financial coach, but I feel like I run a daycare too. So you all in the Discord are kind of funny with all of your back and forth banter. So anyway, talked to a couple of you privately, and hopefully we're all on the same page now. Anyway, with that being said, let's go into Yahoo Finance here and just do a market recap for the week. So had a little bit of a rough day today. I'm actually in, hang on, the Discord link. A lot of you like to comment right before I start a screen share. So the Discord link is in the community tab. You just got to navigate the channel page, go to the community tab, scroll down for a few, vote in any of the polls you haven't already voted in, even though they're old, and then you'll find the Discord link. So there you go. Okay, so let's share Yahoo Finance here, and we will go into some stuff here. So, all right. So I do have a NASDAQ TQQQ position. Probably should have sold it because it's not doing too well. I mean, I was up like 180 bucks, but I felt like it could be better. But obviously the NASDAQ was down 217 today. We got kind of slaughtered. We have a UAW union strike coming up here that's going to affect the big 3 automakers, and it's probably going to affect Tesla also. So as of today, the Dow was down 289 approximately. NASDAQ was down almost 218. S&P 500 was down 55, and Russell 2000 was down about 20. But crude oil is up, and gas prices are soaring again. So there's no rhyme or reason at this point. Let's see here. So NFLY was down because Netflix was down. GUI for Google was up, but Google was down. You can see Meta is still at 300 bucks, but was down $11. FBY was down. OARK was down. NVDY was down. So across the board, we were down today. Tesla is 1474. NVIDIA stock took a little bit of a hit. There's AMZY 2171. Amazon stock was down. Clip is actually, I think, paying our highest dividend at this point. Maybe I need to talk more about that. So let's look at the elephant that's not on the list, Tesla. So Tesla, I would imagine this UAW strike is going to affect Tesla. So Tesla's down to 274.39, or down, $1.65, down in the after hours. So, but year to date, we're actually still up. We are at, so we've dropped since July 18th, which we were looking really good. Everything was up. We've dropped from here at 293 down to 215. But for the year, we're still way up because Tesla was down to 113 by the start of the year. So we were 153. We had our second bottom April 26th, and then we ran up from there. So we're on a little bit more of a run up from the bottom, but you can see we've gained back from 215 to 274, but Tesla hasn't gone up too much from there. So let's go to the YieldMax site while we're at it and just look at the dividends here again. And like I said, when I get my dividends Monday, I'm probably just going to dollar cost average back in. Like I said, I really like this strategy of accelerating the payoff table for the initial investment. Welcome to Black Jacket here. Definitely these live streams are a black tie affair or a black bow tie affair for some people. So OARK is still at 30%, Tesla's at 40, almost 48%, Apple's 14.24%, NVDY is 50.84% in terms of dividends. And then, so I believe we have 12 of them now. AMZY is 26%, FPY is 17.5%, GUI is 16.95%, NFLY is 29.09%. We don't have any dividends yet for the others. Actually, we're going to hit lucky number 13 here because of JPMO. So one day we'll be getting dividends for all of these. And we'll have to stay tuned to see what happens as far as getting like the master YieldMax fund. But anyway, like I said, so as far as the week in review, that's what we're looking at. Let's go into some detail here for at least for Tesla. I feel like that's still, for a lot of us, that's our top one. It is for me, at least. But if I look at, so yeah, the latest dividend. So see, we were at $1.06 July 6th, which was amazing. Then 83 cents August 3rd, then 58 cents September 7th, which will be paid out on the 18th. And then we're in a 270 put option, 282.50 call option, and some treasuries. And then there's a 270 call. Those two are expiring November 17th. And then the 282 is expiring September 22nd. So that's what the fund is in there as far as that. Now let's go back to Yahoo Finance. And let's see. So the UAW strike is definitely, I feel like, something that's affecting the markets. This headline here says U.S. stocks sank Friday as the major indexes failed early on to build on a Thursday rally and finished with losing weeks, with stocks like to end volatile week lower with Fed in focus. So let's see here. I haven't looked at one of our favorite sites as far as looking at indicators. I haven't looked at it in some time. So China reports its economy picked up steam. Such should be good for a clip, right? So this is just really slow. Let's see. Oh yeah, we had IPO yesterday. Have to look at how that one did. Yeah, it rose 24%, but as far as what it did today, let's look at it. Oh, we were down 284. Wait a second, it's not the right one. ARM. Huh. It's not coming up. Anyway, well, it says it there. Gave Burley gains to finish more than 4% lower. So there we go. All right, so kind of got hammered today. Let's see here. Home buying cancellation surge. That's a little scary. Student loan repayments. Hottest new job perk. Let me go to, what's the site I normally go to look at indicators? Go on a blank. Oh well, I'll have to think of it later. I guess there's a site that I normally go to, but I haven't been to it in some time. Oh, here we go. Hoffman is on. Well, let's see here. Elon Musk's electric car maker Tesla is the biggest beneficiary of labor unrest that has resulted in a strike impacting Detroit's big three automakers. Tesla, I know Tesla's not in the UAW, but I still feel like it's going to impact because don't they want all the automakers to go to electric cars, and that's kind of driving the UAW issue? Yeah, I know that. Well, you know, maybe instead of just making electric cars, maybe they'll have to go to making acoustic guitars, like you said, right? Okay. Let's see. Engineer is on. Oh, you changed your name. You were using your full name yesterday. Now it says engineer again. with Tesla, I expect it to erode about 25% a year, and it pays about 50% a yield. So 100K invested today would pay back 50K within a year, 37K. Oh, that's good for a payback table there. So that's pretty good actually. So you're saying in what, 5 years? So year one, year two, year three, year four. So a 5-year payback table. So this would be, let's see, 28.5, 21. So you'd have a slight profit on your principal at the end of 5 years and get a massive amount of dividends. So that's pretty good. Trading view. Oh, yeah, maybe. I'm not going to go too long today. I wasn't even going to do one, but I figured I might as well keep the algorithm going. My sub count is starting to picked up a little bit of steam today, but so it does have life after all. um, and let's see here. Oh, two different accounts for two different computers. Okay, so yeah, like I said, even though I know Tesla's not part of the UAW, but I still feel like, um, I still feel like all of this is affecting them to an extent, just with these electric car mandates and whatnot. What are your all's opinions, by the way? So I notice electric cars are kind of becoming a political issue, like everything else. So there's people that think that electric cars aren't sustainable, and there's people that think that electric cars are the long-term way to go. I fall somewhere in between. I do think they'll perfect the technology eventually, and it may not. It's like a moving target. It may not be right now where it needs to be, but it will get to where it needs to be, I think. Am I going to get an electric car in the next few years? No, I would stick to acoustic, like Hoffman said. A little bit of a joke there, but I do have an acoustic guitar though, not an electric guitar. So I'd probably switch my guitars before I switched the cars. It's a lot cheaper, right? Anyway, oh, so you think what are we going to do next week? Are we raising rates again, or is just because Powell is so skilled at kind of massaging the markets with what he says? You think we'll? You think the markets are just kind of like? I get confused. It's confusing because it's like, okay, the markets are pricing in an interest rate hike, so the markets drop, but then he hikes rates, and then, oh well, the markets expected it, so the markets went up. It gets, kind of confusing to the average person, for sure. But anyway, so that's what I say. Dollar cost average down. That's what I'm going to do at least. Last month I used my dividends on Tesla stock, which I'm actually up in. So I could actually. It would be interesting. Here's another interesting idea. Um, they should. I mean, our government gives away a lot of free stuff. I mean, hey, throw in an EV too, right? Could you imagine how much debt we would be in then? But I've heard, I don't know your thoughts on this, and I don't want to get political. We're not a political channel on here, but I've heard that the UAW is mad about these electric car mandates, and that would be big trouble if the Democrats lost the union vote. That would bode big trouble for them. So, with that being said, another Hoffman comment here: raised rates means less money to buy stocks. Cutting rates means we head to a recession. Well, I mean, not always. I mean, Trump got Powell to cut rates in 2019, and there was a recession nowhere in sight at that point. So I feel like a lot of these textbook examples don't always pan out as perfectly or imperfectly as we think they might. Um, but yeah, I mean, I definitely. What concerns me, here's the thing. So we've been raising rates for what, almost 2 years now. So if we have to start cutting and we haven't made a dent in inflation, that's pretty scary, I would say, because these what am I trying to say here? You know, the fact that raising interest rates is having no impact on inflation at all. If anything, it just keeps going, and no one seems to care, other than maybe a few of us. I mean, honestly, no one seems to care. You go out to eat, you see people, they leave half of their food behind, and then people make fun of you for eating all your food. And it's like, okay, I don't know. It's just a surreal world these days. I'm not that old, but I mean, it's just some of what I see is just surreal. Anyway, with that being said, we don't have enough easily accessible battery metal to switch everything to electric. We must supplement with hydrogen or other fuels if we want to get all the way off of oil. Yeah, we are going to have to. I've heard everyone say that it's going to have to be a mix. Oh, look who's on. Welcome. Break out the guitar. Probably. Who knows? I may be a better musician than a financial coach. You wouldn't think someone with, whose brain is wired like me would probably be able to construct a musical note, but I can play a few things on the guitar. Not that much, but I can play a simple chord. So, all right, let's see. I've been driving Teslas for 10 years. Good for you. Student loans kick back in next month. Be prepared for a massive debt explosion like we haven't had one already. We won't cut for a minimum of 6 months. Let's see. That's because Trump was intentionally juicing the economy. We didn't need to change rates. Trump put pressure on Powell to make the stock market go up. What surprised me is that Powell went along with it, because typically the Fed is supposed to be independent. But I think he threatened to fire Powell, and Powell actually went along with it. So I was surprised, and I was also surprised that Powell got renominated. And the funny thing, I think Powell played that very cleverly, because he didn't show his hand on the interest rate increases until he got renominated. So I was as surprised that he got renominated as being surprised that he went along with that to begin with. So this bad CPI this week gives them the green light to raise this time, but Powell is I don't know if I should read that. So he will pause. We will see. We will see. A huge deposit of lithium in Oregon, extinct volcano. Oh, really? So extinct volcanoes have deposits of lithium, huh? Powell is also under pressure from the Fed's stakeholders. Very interesting. All right. Well, so I just want to do a quick one tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you all learned a lot from the coach tonight, and I hope you all will let me know in the comments. And I hope, at least on Discord, I hope we can, hopefully not all of us, but some of us, I hope we can, behave a little bit better. And oh, hold on. Rob Smith joined, so we got to go longer now. When I got my degrees, the Cal State Long Beach did not cost me a penny. Cal States were free from 45 to 84. Community colleges are free in Cali. Books are still expensive. Well, look at you. So you got your school free and you're balling now. That's funny. So I was actually having this discussion the other day. Luckily, my undergrad was pretty much covered by state. We have a state scholarship program here if you do well enough in high school. So I had that, had some prepaid program. And then for my master's degree, actually got my work to cover it. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, one day maybe I can be like you. And thank you for promoting the channel. Yeah, like and subscribe. We did a little bit better today. Well, what I did, I feel like my video and my title yesterday, I gave all of you the red meat that you all are looking for. I gave a juicy title about how to make $3,500 a month in dividends, and it paid off because the video is up to like 1,400 views. It's nice and short. It's like 15 minutes, and picked up like 12 new subscribers today. So that's always cool. It's always good when THB Nation grows. Anyway, with that, thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care, and we will see you all soon. Thanks.